do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. So like those two pictures in my background, those are some of my two favorite pictures, man. So my digital art quality and output began to dip because I was working on the demo project. My Conan the Frost Giant's daughter. That's on my website. Check it out. It's a tragedy. Don't check it out. I can't print them. I always think about remaking them, but I love them too much to do that. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Every now and then you come across something that you love. Go check those out on my digital illustrations. Those are so tight. Like this stuff right here. Yep, I haven't worked on any of these guys yet. And if I were to look at a map, I could probably, oh no, I could just look at my stories and see where they pop up in my stories. But these are actual characters, and they're based off of my, oh, this is gonna be the perfect entry to get into my sketches. There we go. There we go. Look at this. So this is my old shit. This is from like 2 years ago, right? This is me trying to get back into my shit. This is Stella getting his groove back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't plan this at all. Ooh, but I do have this character. So like this guy here, right? Now I don't have his sketches pulled up, but without showing too much, I have this sketch of this guy. This character that I have designed here is a counterbalance character who plays a minor role, but this character here is a counterbalance to this guy. Now this guy plays a major role in the story, but I'll give you these. Oh yeah, and look at that. That's me breaking down Dan Harmon's storytelling in Rick and Morty. It's his whole storytelling method and how it relates to the old storytelling of the how the Greeks used to do it and stuff like that. So I was learning storytelling. I was writing story. You know, the whole Dan Harmon thing is like they just tell a story and it feeds right back into itself. Oh wow, it's almost like a callback to what I've been talking about this whole time. So that way, at the end of an episode, they could just start another episode and pick it up, just like Scooby-Doo, and tell a whole new story that ain't got nothing to do with the last story. Or they could just tell another story that does have to do with the last story, because that's what they did. Let me see if I can find some of these. I'm trying to find these dudes. These characters here, the reason why I have them in that statue-esque form together like that is they're different heads, I guess, of a console, and you could tell that, well, maybe you could tell, maybe you can't. There's different shots of them, even though they're all almost the same size type of like statues. This one is just a head. This one is a 3/4 shot, or like a half shot. This one's a 3/4 shot, and then this is a full shot. And it's almost to tell like a power level or something, you know what I mean? Or maybe it's their power itself, or maybe it's something like that. But there's a whole reasoning behind it. So it's all like same but different type stuff, where it's like, so where these guys kind of reside. Like, I got these guys right here. Some of these sketches. So I got these three characters right here. They come from the same place, and I didn't even put too much time or thought into those designs, just because I'm like, I'll get to it when I actually start drawing it. That's why I was like, I didn't have to draw them so tight. Man, where? I guess these guys are in my old sketchbook. So I get some ideas sometimes. I don't even know if I'm gonna stick with this idea because I kind of forgot about it. Because I drew it on a different page of where I put his design that I do like of him. This design. So this is this guy's design, right? Like this guy looks like this. Kind of looks like some 80s metal rock star. you know, pro wrestler. It's like if it's like if Van Halen and Hulk Hogan were like a dude. But yeah, like there we go. So these sketches. Oh wait, don't look at those. But you see this design right here? Like I was kind of like working on something, and I think I might keep it because I was like, oh yeah, I was kind of working on that. So this is like a really early rough kind of like alt costume for this guy right there. Oh yeah, look at this, man. Hey, this is the way. Yeah, see, I was trying to just draw something that people would be familiar with because I was like, I'm just drawing my own stuff, so people can't see me like work on other things that they could recognize. That way, they can compare me to like what they like out there. Like, who doesn't like Mando? So after, I think this was after the episode where they took his mask off. I thought it was so cool. I think it was just like maybe blood stain or blood splatter or something on his face, but I thought he had his face like all scarred up, like because it was the first time he took his mask off. And you could see, I think it was to show the robot. Oh, spoiler, spoiler. He took the mask off and showed somebody. Oh, yeah. And his face had like this blood splatter on it, but I thought they were like scratched, like scars on it. So I thought that was like some of the dopest. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Some of these designs are too cool. Some of these designs are too cool. Look at these. Like, some of these designs are just too cool, man. Like I got these designs right here. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want... You know what I mean? I don't even want to tell you what those are. One of the kind of middle sketches I have of her, because I know her sketches are in my older sketchbook that I don't have up here. Boom. That's her. That's just a rough sketch. So you can see how it's like I worked on these. Oh, there we go. We got some focus. So it's like I worked on these sketches, and these are super rough. They're just kind of like thrown in there. I had written the story. I kind of had all these characters figured out. Now it's just like, okay, let's realize them a little bit. Like, as I was like streaming these things, I was even working on them on the side and just kind of working out certain ideas. I was even redrawing some of my old my digital portraits that I kind of pieced together, and you can find those streams on my YouTube channel called GMrDrew on YouTube. Check it out. He's got to be over here somewhere. There he is. Like this guy, you know. So it's like I have this dude, and I was working on him here. Just, I know you can barely make these out because these are all the pencil drawings. This is why I stopped working in pencil on stream, because you can barely see the stuff. But it's like, I was trying to figure out, sometimes it's about like simplifying these things. Oh, here we go. Some more of that girl that I was just showing. Like, I was just trying to work out some ideas with how the leg would work, since she's missing a leg. Like, how would it work in certain angles and certain, you know, poses and stances, and like, is it possible? Obviously it's not possible, but that's why I work on it, because it's all fantasy. But you can see I'm even working on other poses and action shots of these characters, man. So this is what I mean by this, like my side sketchbook. Ooh, y'all ain't ready for that. But it's like a power up for my main character. So here's actually some really rough drawings of my main character. So when I say these are rough sketches, these are extremely rough sketches of the main character. But I do got him doing like a sweet Hadouken Kamehameha blast. You know what I mean? You gotta give the main character the fireball, son. You have to. It's non-negotiable. Yeah, I guess a lot of my other character drawings are in my other sketchbook that I didn't have out here. But let's continue a little bit more because I didn't get anywhere near to what I wanted to get to. I wanted to talk about Patreon stuff and my hour's almost up. So yeah, let's just kind of, dude, I loved working on this. See how I started getting to the heavier black inks? This is when I was like really even trying to break it even more. Like how I kind of ramped up with the Bobby Chew stuff, and then I ramped up a little bit more with my original stuff, and then I ramped up a little bit more like when I started working on this dude, because I was just like, yo, this guy's so crazy right here that I was like, I need to draw like a bunch of different things. I need to make this one guy like a transformer. He could transform into a car, a boat, a plane, an assassin, a beetle. Maybe, I don't know. Like I was like, maybe I make him a beetle. Like, oh shit, the Beatles. I'm not gonna go there. Where I have this character, like I have these things, right? And I was like working on these, and I never really found good happiness. I really love this picture here, but I never found like a good satisfying picture. Y'all might recognize that. And then I did this way later. Yeah, I did this in May of 2021. And then I did this in July of 2022. So over a year later. So yeah, I think this is like pencil, micro pen, and brush pen. And this is Bic pen, brush pens, and paint pens. And I think that's about it. Like, but you can see just in a year where the style changed. Don't look at that stuff. So you can see even working on some of these sketches on the side here. Like, so like these things here, these little kind of character action shots that are like a simplified illustration version of yeah, you know what I mean? Of this joint right here. You know what I mean? Of this dude. So you can see how I worked on it in 2021, and I was kind of getting this, but I wasn't happy, man. He looked like Goldo from Power Rangers, you know what I mean? Goldo looked tight. I don't want my guy to look like Goldo, you know what I'm saying? So I had to work on it some more. You can see I changed the color from blue and gold to pink and gold, so that way he's not blue and gold like Goldo. Still not happy. I needed to break it out a little bit more, make it a little more animalistic. So I loosened up the wires, and then I just made it heavy plated with just mad loose wires underneath. And I'm really happy with this result. It's not perfect, but it's more in the direction that I wanted.